The book of Galatians, chapter 5, verse 16. This I say then, walk in the spirit, and ye shall not fulfill the lust of the flesh. And I'm going to stop right there. I'm going to start off as always by giving all praise, all honor, all glory unto Yahawah, Bahashem, Yahawasha, Bahashem, Rakah, Kwadash. A double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone who teach and who rule well, who taught us this truth through the power and spirit of Yahawah, Bahashem Yahawasha. And Lord willing, this lesson is edifying to the elect out there, whoever you might be. And Shalom to the 144,000. It's the brother I'm Juan Padah from the GMS Denver camp, coming at you with a quick lesson. All right. And I was just thinking earlier today, about moving in the spirit, man. And this really stems from a lesson that the elder apostle Aram Lab did, along with, the up and coming elder Hanak. All right. They did a walk and talk lesson today. And the title of that lesson is, I believe the title of the video was, These Guys Are Retarded. And they went in on the topic of, you got these different Christians out here, these different people that are trying to come up against the doctrine of Yahawasha these last days. And he said it's because they're moving in the flesh, man. They're not able to see the things of the spirit. And that's the truth, man. You see? That's the truth. These people can't understand the scriptures because they're not moving in the spirit of Yahawasha. They're fleshly, they're carnal, man. All right, they're looking for proof. How do you guys know that you're of the 12 tribes of Israel? Can you prove it through the DNA test and all this shit? All right, because they're not spiritual, man. They're spiritually retarded. All right, and retarded means to be slow of mind. And that's these damn wacky-tacky Christians and you goofy-ass Israelites that are coming on TikTok and trying to disprove the doctrine of Yahawasha, trying to discredit the Israelites. You're moving in the flesh, and that's why you can't see, the divine glory that's being bestowed upon the hopeful elect in these last days. All right. So let's go on to the next verse. It says, verse 17, for the flesh lusteth against the spirit, and the spirit against the flesh. And these are contrary the one to the other, so that ye cannot do the things that ye would. You see, the flesh is the opposite of the spirit, man. It wars against the spirit. We can't be in the flesh in these last days, man. All right, in order to, believe the prophecies and to see the things that are written coming to pass, you got to be in the spirit, man. You have to operate in the spirit. Yeah, we're in this flesh, all right, but we're not of the flesh, man. Salaki. All right, Salaki. Because if you're moving in the flesh, man, you're not going to be able to get through the times that we're coming into. You have to be moving in the spirit. And the spirit, what I mean by that is moving in faith, man. You have to be moving in the vibration of Yahawah, Bahashem Yahawashai. That's the spirit that the elect are moving in these last days. You see what I'm saying? It gives us confidence and strength to push on. If you're just in the flesh, you're going to be like these preppers out here that are trying to carnally get through the times we're coming into. And you're not going to be able to, man. This is a spiritual battle. All right? So we got to be more spiritual than carnal. All right, verse 18, it says, but if ye be led of the spirit, ye are not under the law. All right, and as you know, we're not under the letter of the law, man. You see, because when you move in the spirit, you see what I'm saying? When you move in the spirit of Yahawasha, you're going to naturally do those things that are, that are in alignment with the will of Yahawasha. Okay, the law was just like a schoolmaster. Yeah, we uphold the law to the best of our abilities, but we're moving in the spirit in these last days. We're not going to receive salvation through the letter of the law. So the Lord is saying, hey, move in my spirit, because we're going to be saved by faith, man. You see? Because when you're in the spirit, you're moving in faith. Point blank, period. Here's another scripture that comes to mind, all right, when it goes into moving in the spirit and not the flesh, right? 2nd Ezra chapter 14 in the Apocrypha in verse 14. It says, let go from thee mortal thoughts, cast away the burdens of man, put off now the weak nature. All right, the flesh is weak, man, as the scriptures tell you. The spirit is willing, but the flesh is weak. All right, the flesh, moving in, in the carnal mindset, that's like a low level. You see, the spiritual is on a much higher frequency, man. When you're moving in the spirit of Yahawah, Bahashem Yahawashai, you're on a higher level of consciousness. You understand? You see, but these regular mortals out here, the people that you see in the world, these heathens, all right, Esau, and these 2/3, they're moving in a mortal, lowly vibration, man. They can only believe what's in front of them. All right, they're not able to take hold of the faith that we have, man. And Lord willing, we keep it. Lord willing, He increase our faith, man. Turn our levels up. That's how we're gonna make it out of here. That's how spiritual power is gonna be brought forth, man. We talk about it all the time. You see what I'm saying? So we gotta put off the weak nature, man, thinking in the flesh. How am I gonna eat? What am I gonna do? How am I gonna prepare for Jacob's trouble? Gotta stockpile a bunch of weapons and food supplies. That's carnal, low level thinking. Hey, we're hoping on the miracles, man. We're looking for divine intervention, man. And the Lord only operates in the realm of faith, which is moving in the spirit, man. You gotta put off that weak shit, man. And set aside the thoughts that are most heavy unto thee, and haste thee to flee from these times. All right, everything is spiritual, man. You see, the spiritual realm manifests the physical realm. You see, you gotta understand that basic understanding. Everything starts in the spirit. Okay, you see, and we gotta move in the spirit of the Almighty, Yahawasha, who controls everything. You understand? So all the thoughts that you might have, you know, coming into the time we're coming into, let go and believe on Yahawasha. You know, they say that in the Christian church. You know, they say let go and let God. Well, you know, there's some truth to that, man. We got to move in the spirit of the Lord, man, and believing on His prophecies. What He said is going to come to pass is going to come to pass. That the elect are going to be delivered. That the elect are going to eat in times of famine. They're going to be delivered from the power of the sword. You see, that's moving in the spirit, not, you know, looking at what's in front of you, man. Because a carnal man will be like, oh man, we're outnumbered. How the hell we gonna get through this, man? We, you know, they got the military. We don't have no military. We ain't gonna make it. That's a low level of thinking, man. And that's not spiritual. That's carnal. All right. And those who think like that, they're not gonna make it. You gotta believe in what you can't see, man. Let's get a quick precept. Yahawasha mentioned this. All right, here we have the book of John, chapter 20 and verse 29. This is an account in which Thomas, you know, he had, you know, doubts in his mind that Yahawasha actually rose from the dead, right? So he pretty much said, Yahawasha, unless, you know, I'm able to stick my finger in your side, man, and see the holes in your hands, I'm not going to believe that you're here. And this is what happened next. All right. Yahawasha said unto him, Thomas, because thou hast seen me, thou hast believed. Blessed are they that have not seen and yet have believed. See, but the point is that, you know, Thomas eventually believed after he, you know, saw the holes in Yahawasha's hand, you know, and whatnot. You see, but the thing is, the Lord Yahawasha said, blessed are those who believe and have not seen. We haven't seen Yahawasha in this lifetime with our own carnal eyes, man. All right. We haven't seen Yahweh, the Heavenly Father, with our eyes, but we believe. That's the gift of faith, man. And if you have that, you're blessed. Lord willing, we continue to hold on to that. We're believing in something that we can't see because we're moving in the spirit, not in the carnal flesh. You understand that? All right. You see, this is beyond the flesh. This thing that we're involved in is beyond the body. It's beyond what you see right in front of you. Though Yahawasha will manifest in front of us, you know, in the appointed time. We got to believe now, though we can't see Him. We got to believe in the spiritual power, though we don't see it right now. You got to see it in the spirit, man. Okay, you got to see the deliverance, the salvation, man. Okay, you can't be hopeless out here like the rest of these people because they're looking to see what's right in front of them. They can't. Their mind doesn't go that far. You see what I'm saying? They're stuck on that low level. That's why they mock and they scoff at us. When we talk about things such as spiritual power and, you know, being delivered from the hand of our enemies who are more in number and I'm not gonna say more in number. They're greater in power than us right now in a carnal sense. You see? Shoot, and even not Yahawasha, Salakia. Who said it? Somebody. Matter of fact, let me find the account. 1 second. All right, Salakia. Had a little brain fart for a second, but this is 2 Kings chapter 6 and verse 16. This is the account of Elisha. All right, which was the understudy of the prophet Elijah. All right, so Elisha and his servant All right, we're being surrounded by the armies of, the enemies, right? All right, so then Alicia goes on to say, it says, and he answered, fear not, for they that be with us are more than they that be with them. And he was talking about the angels, man. He was telling his servant that, hey, though we're surrounded by enemies, there's more that be with us than that be with them. He was referring to the angels. And, at that time, he couldn't see them. All right. The angels are all around us right now. But you got to have faith in that, man. They're not going to show themselves unto you unless, the Father through the Son allows it to. All right. We've seen angels before. Okay. They manifest themselves as men. Okay. As the scriptures tell you, some of you have entertained angels unawares. But you got to know that they're there, man. You get the angels that are in the heavens watching over us day in and day out. Though you can't see them with your carnal eyes, you got to know that they're there. And that's what Elisha was telling his servant, man. He goes on to say, and Elisha prayed and said, Lord, Yahawasha, I pray thee, open his eyes that he may see, because they were hidden. All right. And the Lord Yahweh, all right, Yahawasha, opened the eyes of the young man, and he saw, and behold, the mountain was full of horses. The mountain was full of horses and chariots of fire round about Elisha. So the Lord opened his mind up. He tapped on his his mind so he could see that the angels that were there, that were surrounding him. All right. We got angels around us now. Though you can't see them with your eyes, they're going to manifest themselves in the times we're coming into. They're going to be the ones protecting us until Yahawasha returns, man. But see, this is too high level for most people. They look at this like, we're bugged out. But it's right here in the scriptures. A lot of you Christians, a lot of you so-called Christians proclaim to believe in the scriptures. But when we bring these things out, you can't grasp it. Talk about you believe in the Bible, but how come you don't believe in this right here? All right. Because the Lord has not revealed it unto them, man. Only unto the true servants of the Lord, man. Those who believe the report of the prophets. Those who are moving in the spirit and not in the flesh. I got something right here I want to pull out. This is Ecclesiastes 7 verse 10. It says, say not thou, what is the cause that the former days were better than these? For thou dost not inquire wisely concerning this. And we brought this out, in the recent sit down. All right, GMS Denver. And this goes into reminiscing on the former days, man. Because you got, Jake that will like to reminisce. Oh, I remember the 80s. I remember the 70s. It was so much better. All right, well, there's a little bit of truth to that. But at the same time, man, we're coming into a better era. We're coming into the kingdom, man. So for you to sit back and reminisce and really wish that you were back in the the old days is wrong, man. You're going to have Israelites that are moving in the carnal sense and not looking in the spirit. They're going to look back and want to go back to the good old days, man. And those that are in that mindset are going to end up taking the RFID microchip, man. They're going to end up looking back like Lot's wife. And the elder Yahawasha just did a lesson or posted a lesson talking about that mindset that Lot's wife was in. When Lot, his two daughters and his wife were supposed to leave Sodom and Gomorrah, right? They weren't supposed to look back. They were given strict instructions not to look back. Well, his wife looked back and she was destroyed, man. So we're not to look back and wish we could go back to the old days. We're moving forward, man. And you got to have the spirit of the Lord to be on you to think like that, man. Those things are finna get really bad out here in society. We're finna go through tribulation and whatnot. Through the spirit, we see the kingdom coming. All right. We don't see the streets of gold with our eyes right now, but we know it's coming. This is why you must move in the spirit, man. If you're moving in the spirit, you're not looking backwards. You're not in the mind state of Lot's wife, man. You're not in the mind state of those faithless Israelites that were in the wilderness wanting to go back to Egypt. You see? This is why it's so important to move in the spirit, man. And, one way you do that is by reading, man. All right. It says faith cometh by hearing, and by hearing of the words of the Lord, right? You see? When we read this word and we read the prophecies of the things that are coming that are ahead of us, it gives us faith to move on, man, through the bullshit. Here we have an account right here. The Apostle Paul speaking right here in the book of Philippians, chapter 3, verse 13. It says, brethren, I count not myself to have apprehended, but this one thing I do, forgetting those things which are behind and reaching forth unto those things which are before. Yeah, man, we're not looking in our past, man. We're not wanting the old days back. Fuck that. We want the kingdom, man. We want the kingdom. And that's the mindset we're going to have going through Jacob's trouble. When Esau comes down having great wrath, we're not looking to go back to normalcy, quote unquote. Okay? We're looking for this place to be ended and the kingdom of heaven to be started, man. Verse 14, he says, I press toward the mark for the prize of the high calling of the Most High in Hamashiach Yahawasha. We pressing forward, man. We ain't looking back. All right. And here we have another account right here in the Apocrypha where the prophet Ezra was inquiring of the angel, right? And the angel, I believe, said, why hast thou not considered in thy mind this thing that is to come rather than that which is present? You see, so the angel was like, yo, why are you looking at things that are right in front of you instead of looking at things that are prophesied to happen, the future? We got to be future minded, man. You can only do that by moving in the spirit. You can only see the future if you're moving in the spirit. If you're just in the flesh, you can only see what's right in front of you and what's behind you. You see? The hopeful elect, man, we're looking into the future. We see the future through the spirit of Yahawasha. You cannot be a regular carnal dude and have this understanding that we have, man. As I said earlier, as we read earlier, you got to put off that weak nature, man. You got to elevate to higher levels, man, spiritually speaking. I'm gonna get ready to close it. I'm gonna bring this out. All right. Hopefully you can hear me. I'm by this stream right now, man. If you can hear the water. No. But anyway, this is Luke chapter 17 and verse 20. And when he was demanded of the Pharisees, when the kingdom of the Most High should come, he answered them and said, this is Yahawasha speaking, all right? The kingdom of the Most High cometh not with observation. Meaning you're not going to look off into the distance and see the kingdom of heaven with your carnal eyes. All right. You're not going to walk, in the woods and then find the kingdom of heaven. No, man. You got to see it with your mind. It goes on to say, Yahawasha says, verse 21, neither shall they say, lo here or lo there. For behold, the kingdom of the Most High is within you. It's in your mind. You see what I'm saying? It's within us. It's in the mind of the elect. The vision has been exposed to the elect, man, through the spirit, not with the carnal eyes, man. You see? And we're seeing everything right now. Okay? We're seeing everything right now because it's, how should I say this? How can I explain this? We're seeing the end time prophecies come to pass, showing us that the kingdom of heaven is at hand. We see it getting closer and closer and closer, not with our carnal eyes, but with our spiritual eyes. The Great Awakening took place where all the Israelites, are waking up to the fact that they're Israelites, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, Seminole Indians. That's part of the kingdom of heaven being established, man. The very fact that we're aware of it, man, that we are the co-heirs. Okay? You see? And the very fact that Esau's kingdom is crumbling. World War III is at hand. Talks of nuclear holocausts are in the news. That shows you right there that the kingdom of heaven is getting nearer and nearer. The fact that they're talking about the mark of the beast, which is the RFID microchip. People are getting implanted, are getting that brain chip implanted into them. They're talking about that more and more. We're seeing the kingdom of heaven approach, not with our carnal eyes, but our spiritual eyes. All right. They're passing laws to demonize the ministry. All right. So in the spirit, we see that we're moving closer, man, because the kingdom of heaven it's in the vision that's in the elect, man. And eventually that vision is going to be made manifest in the physical, but it all starts in the spirit. So we got to move in the spirit, man, in these last days. Fuck what everybody else talking about. We know what's going on. The Lord gave us the vision. He gave us the faith through Yahawasha. So let's continue on to move in the spirit more than the flesh while these people bug the fuck out. All right. It says where there's no vision, the people perish. All right. So I'm in this lesson right here. I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahawashai, Bahashem, Rachak, Kodash. A double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone who teach and who rule well, who taught us this truth through the power and spirit of Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai. They call me Yasharal in the Bible Bar. Shalom.